Assalamualaikum. Okay, so my name is Ruszanna and I will explain to you about software testing tool which is Yellow Lab Tools. We will test two website which is Portal Rasmi Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris and website for Bantuan IT Sekolah. Okay, so Yellow Lab Tools is an easy and simple software testing tools to use. Okay, so let's see how the testing will be done. Okay, so first we just open the web for Yellow Lab Tools. Okay, so this is the front page of Yellow Lab Tools. Okay, so here we can see that we just need to put the website of the system that we want to test, and we can launch the test immediately. Okay, then here we can see the features of Yellow Lab Tools, which is we can choose the simulated device that we want to use. Okay, so for this test, I will use for both website is desktop. Okay, so now let's try for the first website, which is Portal Rasmi Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris. Okay, so we just need to copy the website, then we paste it in the space that given for the website, and we can launch the test. Okay, now we just need to wait for the test to be done. Okay, so the test is already done. So this is the dashboard of Yellow Lab Tools that show the result for the website we have tested. Okay, so here we can see that we can do new test, which we can insert new link which from other website. Then for test again, we can test the website we already put before. We can test the website again, and for the dashboard it shown the overall score. Okay, so for the score, the USI, the Portal Rasmi Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris got an F, which is worse for the result, which is 0/100. Okay, so let's go for the details of the score. How that the attribute can get the score for global score is F. Okay, so the attribute that have been measured is page weight, request, DOM complexity, JS complexity, BAT.js, jQuery, CSS complexity, BAT CSS, web fonts, and server config. Okay, so based on this all of these attribute, it shown that the global score of the Portal Rasmi Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris is an F. Okay, so my focus for my attribute is server config. Okay, so how we can see that the server config got a D, which is quite low, not worse, but it is low. Okay, so we can see the criteria that have been measured to get the D result for server config. Okay, so the criteria is HTTP protocols, TLS protocols, connection close, caching not specific, caching disabled, and caching too short. Okay, so let's go through by one. Okay, so for HTTP protocol, the value that USI portal got is 85 and got 3 offenders, which is errors that have been found. Okay, the HTTP the latest version is HTTP 2, but the USI protocols USI portal used is HTTP 1.1, which is low. Okay, so the result is F. Next, for the second criteria is TLS protocols, which only get value 2, but the result is not too low, which is C. It got 60/100, which is quite good, but not too good. Okay, then the offenders we found is only 2. Okay, next, for the third one is connection close. The value is 0, and we got a very good result, which is an A, 100/100. Okay, so we found no errors for this criteria. And next is caching not specific. Okay, for caching not specific, we got an F, which is 0/100, and the value is 83 with warning, and 83 offenders, which is error that have been found by the tools from the website. Okay, so this is all the errors of caching not specific. Okay, so the result is low because the errors that have been found. Okay, the second last is caching disabled. Okay, for caching disabled, the value is good because it got an A and no error have been found. Okay, lastly is caching too short, which is got value 3, and there are the timer of caching is being measured by the test by the tools, and the result show that the caching too short for the USI Portal Rasmi got an A, which is 100/100. Okay, so based on all of these criteria that have been measured, the server config of Portal Rasmi Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris got a D result, which is okay, but the errors should be fixed to make sure that the server config of the website is getting better. Okay, so let's continue with the next website, which is Bantuan IT Sekolah websites. Okay, so it is the same that how to use the yellow lab tools for Bantuan IT Sekolah website, which is first we search for yellow lab tools, and then when we enter the website, we just copy the link for Bantuan IT Sekolah and paste it on the website. Okay, then we choose the simulated device, make sure that it is same so that the result for both website is equal. Okay, so then we can launch the test. Okay, now we have to wait for the test running. Okay, now we will continue with the result of Bantuan IT Sekolah website. Okay, so we have the test have done, and we can see the global score of Bantuan IT Sekolah is a B, which is quite good. Okay, so we can see that the attribute of page weight, request, DOM complexity, JS complexity, back.js, jQuery, CSS complexity, back CSS, web font, and server config. Okay, same like before, I will focus on server config. Okay, so the server config for this website is a B, which is quite good than UC portal. Okay, so let's see the criteria that have been measured for the server config one by one. Okay, so let's see the criteria. So the criteria for HTTP protocol, first, the value, the result got for HTTP protocol is an E, which is a poor result, and the offender that have been found is 1, which because the HTTP of the Bantuan IT Sekolah use the HTTP 1.1, same as UC portal. Okay, next is for the second criteria, which is TLS protocol. Okay, so for the TLS protocol, the result is very good, which is got an A and with no errors found. Okay, next we will go with the third one, which is connection close. Okay, so for connection close, we also got an A with no errors. Okay, so this is a good result for the website. Okay, next we will go for catching not specific. Okay, so for catching not specific, we found that it got a very low result, which is an F with 22 offenders. Okay, so here is the error that have been found. Okay, so it shows that the result of server config have been dropped to B because of the because of the catching not specific. Okay, so the next we will go to the second last criteria, which is catching disabled. Okay, so for catching disabled, it also got a good result, which is not affect it affect a good performance for the server config. Okay, so the result with no offender, so there is no error found for the catching disabled. Okay, lastly is catching too short. Okay, for catching too short, it also got a good result, which is an A, and the error that have there are only one error that have been found in the website, which is the timer for the catching. Okay, so I think that's all. Okay, so I have shown you how to use the yellow lab tools and how to read all the criteria for each attribute. Okay, so you can use the yellow lab tools to test any website because it is very easy to use and very simple. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad SYAHIR bin Muhammad AZHAR, and today I will be presenting you how to use the blaze meter. So this is the blaze meter, hence we copy the link that we wanted to test and paste it and click start testing. When you click start testing, it might take some time for it to buffer as it uses the internet connection, and here it might take some time too. Excuse me. So next, it will appear like this, and we will be focusing on errors. It will provide you max users, average throughput, errors, average response times, and also average bandwidth. And Below is the graph for the load and also response times. But in this video, we will be focusing on the errors. So it displayed that it has 0% errors. And next we move to the error buttons, to the error section. And here it shows that there is no error. At when you click the label, response code and excitation, it shows that no error happened during that time, during the testing time. So next is the timeline report. So in this report, we can click down below to only focus on the error. So it shows that the error is 0 in the graph. So next is we will be using this link to test the blaze meter. And here we click the start testing, and it also needs some times to for it to buffers and process it. While waiting, it will appear like this, and it will show 13 max users, average throughput, just like before. And we are focusing on the errors. So the errors are 100%, which is a lot. Errors happen during the testing. Next, we move to the errors, and here we can see that what kind of errors that it shows us and what type of the errors. So we move to the timeline report. So in this timeline report, just like before, we are focusing only on the errors, and this is the timeline graph for the errors that we tested. So that is all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ROSLI binti MOHAMMED. In this video, I will show you two available web that I test using a web page testing tools, software testing tools. So let's see how it's working. So this is main page of web page testing tools. Before we start to test, I will explain a little what web page test. Web page test is open source software testing tool designed to analyze and measure the performance of web page. It provides detailed insight into various aspects of web page loading and rendering, helping developers and website owners optimize their site for better user experience. So in this software, we can test site performance like web vital, lighthouse, trace route, and visual comparison. Also have three test run from recommendation location like mobile, desktop, and Firefox. To start test, we just copy and paste the link that we want to test and click start test button, and it will start testing our web. Take a few moments to complete the testing, and test is complete. So this is some of the view that can be displayed: performance summary, film strip, detail, web vital, optimization, content, domain, and console log. Also detect technology and processing. So the performance summary is need improvement. For usability is also need improvement, and for the resilience is not bad. This is page performance metric. We can visual page loading by millisecond. Process almost the web almost take 18 seconds to complete 100% loading. And for the first time byte is 1.96 seconds start loading and start render 8.1 second. The pixel first start to appear. For the first content full pane is 8.097 second. The text and image to appear. For the speed index, this web take 9.6 seconds. For the large content full pane, it take 8.097 seconds. And cumulative layout shift is 13. The design shift while loading. For the total blocking time is 1.367 seconds, and the page weight of the web is 13,957 kilobytes downloaded. This is also real-world provide real-world usage metric that simulate the loading and user interaction experience of web page in real world. This page also provide individual run, provide us to show waterfall, screenshot, and video for more understanding and better user experience. So we can click the button film strip view for see a visual presentation of the page loading process that provide frame a frame view how a web page start to load,
how a page start to load and 100 complete the load. So this is waterfall analysis provide the time, also provide visual progress, timing, cumulative layout achieve, request, and bytes. So we move for the next view, details. Like I explained before, the same thing is page performance metric that this web take 18.0 second to 100 load. Real world visit metric also provide waterfall view that have display a timeline view of all the requests made during the page load and showing detail about each resource timing, size, and dependencies. It helps identify bottlenecks and optimize resource loading. Connection view and request detail of the web provide vital the same thing. For look the optimization performance overview, we can see that security score is grade B, score B. For first byte time is score B, keep alive enable A, compress transfer F, C compress image, F for progressive GPG, and F for cache static content and effective use of CDN is X. That need improvement, so we can see the full optimization checklist here. For content breakdown feature that provide a detailed analysis of the resource load on a web page during the test process that many category GS, image, GS, font, CSS, HTML, Flash, and video. This is connection view of content breakdown. To more user better understanding for domain, the domain breakdown by domain, console log. It also provide our console log and detect. We move to detect technology that web tech 21 detector technology that they use and processing. This is processing breakdown, processing category, and processing event. So that's all for the first web that we test. So we try to test the second link. So we just copy and paste the link that we want to test, the web that we want to test, and start testing. Take a few moments to complete. It will display the result. So the test complete. This is some view of the web that can be displayed, the same for the link one. So we look at performance summary. Needs improvement. Also needs improvement for usability and resilience is also need improvement. For performance metrics, we can visual page loading by millisecond process almost take 8.4 seconds to 100% loading the web, load the web. For the time to first byte is at 1.46 seconds. Content start loading. For start render is 5.4 seconds. The first pixel start to appear. For the first content, full page is 5.395 seconds. The text and image to start appear. For speed index is 7.043 seconds. For the largest content, full pen is 5.39 per second. The largest visible content finish loading. And cumulative layout shape is 0.67. For the total blocking is 1.661 second. The main thread block and the web page weight is 5,205 kilobyte download. For this web also same. Provide waterfall, screenshot, and video for more user understanding and better experience. So we can click film share view to see the process that provide a frame by frame how it's work from the start load and 100% loading. So this is waterfall analysis, visual progress, timing, cumulative layout shape request, and bytes. So we move for details. Like I explained before, for page performance, the web takes 8.4 seconds to finish loading. So this is waterfall view to user more understanding about the flow page load of their website. Connection view. and request detail. For the waterfall analysis here, a timeline view of all the requests made during the page and showing detail about resource timing, size, and dependencies. It help identify bottlenecks and optimize resource loading for user. So we go to Web Vitals. This is called Web Vital. Measures of contentful pain also show cumulative and total blocking. The same thing that for page summary performance metric. We go to optimization. This is optimization summary. F security scope. C for first part time. F for keep alive enable. F compress transfer. A compressed image. That's very good for compressed image. F for progressive JPGs. F for keep static content, and X effective use of CDN. So we can conclude that the web is need improvement for security, also for first byte time, compress transfer, progressive JPG, and cache static content. So this is for optimization checklist. For content breakdown, we can see that feature that provide a detailed analysis for request and byte of the results loaded on a page during the testing process that have many category image, CSS, font, HTML, JS, Flash, videos, and others. This is connection view or content breakdown. For domains, also show us for detail how this site request asset across multiply domains. The web that we test have 20 detect technology that they use for the development of the web. This is processing breakdown. Processing category also provide processes event. For security score is F that I said before. This web need improvement for security. So that's all for security.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nureesa and I'm going to demonstrate to you on how to use UX Tweak for usability testing on UPSI website and BIT School website. So I will start with UPSI website. I will create a new study choosing the website testing. So this is where you will set up your study for your respondent. You can rename the study name, language, and set a website. So this is the task tab is where you will create the task for the user to see on how they use the website. You also can set up the message for your respondent. So this is where you will question the respondent on your website. This is the drop of the study that we have created earlier. So the study name is software verification and validation, and I will test the UPSI website. So I set the password, which is 1234. So every time the respondent want to answer our study, they will use this password. So for the task, it's supposed to be navigate to the calendar. So the start of the address is the main page of the website, and then the success URL address is the group calendar. So we can set up the think out loud protocol to allowing sound recording is optional, and randomize the task order, and they will answer questions after each task, but this is only one task. So for the questionnaire, I set up the include pre-study question and post-study question only. So for the pre-study question, they will answer this question before navigate to the calendar before doing their task. So the first one is on the scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate your level of confidence in using your mobile phone for this the related activities. And then you can have this question from the on internet. So the next question is, how often do you description of the task related to your product? So this is just a draft. And then the next one is post-study question. I include four 4 questions for the post study. So the first one is, how would you describe the overall experience with the product? What if anything surprised you about the experience? What if anything caused you frustration? And on the scale of from 1 to 5, how likely are you recommended this product to a friend? When we complete the draft for the study, we can launch the study. We will use UX Tweak Chrome extension installed by the users. So the users will install the Chrome extension to so that we can view their own on how they use the website. So as the study launch, we can after this we can use you can start by being the respondent. So as the respondent, they will have the address from the user, and then they will enter the password. So they're checking the browser extension installation. So they will need to install the extension. So this Chrome has been installed the US Tweak. So this is the welcome message for the respondent. So this is the pre-study question. So this is the optional for the respondent to use microphone during the testing. And this is the instruction that we have set before. So this is the task that the user have set up. Let's start. So they will just go to the website, and the extension will start to question the respondent to start the task. So the US Tweak extension will start recording on how the respondent use the website. So the task is to navigate to the calendar, which is at the student tab. So this is the degree calendar. So this is where the task end, and the respondent will just click on done, and they are back to the post study question. Next. So that's all for the respondent. So this is has the result. There's 1 over 3 respondents that we have collected. So we can see the results. For example, so there's 1 over 2 respondent that completed the study. So you can see the successfulness, time taken, tasks, and so on. So we can see how the respondent use our website. So they have been recorded. The respondent one has abandoned the study, and then we can preview how they test the website. So there's 3 ways that they use our website. You can preview it. So that if we preview it, we can know how they use the website. Is it proper or not? So that's all. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is ALYANA AQILAH, and I'm going to demonstrate to you on how to use software testing tools that I have chosen, which is Wingdom Website Speed Test. These tools test on speed performance of the website, and today we are going to test 2 websites, which is ROSLI website and BITS website. So let's go. So first we need to open the website, and then you will see that you can insert the URL of the desired website that you want to test the speed performance. So first we are going to test on UPSI website. I just paste the link, the URL to the box, and then we test from Asia since we are from Asia, and then we click start test. The running test can take quite some time, and we're just going to have to wait. So this is the results of the speed performance of UPSI website. As you can see, the performance grade is labeled as D, which is not so good, and the page size is 10.4 megabyte. The load time that it takes to load the page is 2.59 seconds, and the request for this website is 110 requests. So as you can see, Pingdom shows how to improve the page performance, aka speed performance. Based on all the parts, most of it are grade F, which is not good. But it's okay, Pingdom also gives suggestion on how to improve each part. Such as the first one is to make fewer HTTP requests. By decreasing the number of components on a page, reduce the number of HTTP requests required to render the page, resulting in faster page loads. Some ways to reduce the number of components include combine files, combine multiple scripts into one script, combine multiple CSS files into one style sheet, and use CSS sprites and image maps. So it gives helpful suggestion on how to improve for some part. And then next, it gives you suggestion on how to compress components with gzip. It gives suggestion on each problems that the website has in order to improve its page performance. And then use cookie-free domains, add expires headers, and then we have the grade F means high priority that need improvement, while grades such as D, B, C, A, it has less priority. And some parts don't have much to improve, but Pingdom still gives suggestions such as to avoid URL redirects and avoid anti-SRC or href. So the response code for UPSI website, most of its requests is okay, and one of them has no content, and one also moved permanently. Pingdom also shows the content size by content type. As you can see, the page size of this website, UPSI website, is 10.3 megabyte, and we can see which type of content that takes up a lot of the size, the page size. And as you can see, the image takes up about 7.2 megabyte, which is quite big. And others is not so much, such as CSS, script, font, and HTML. So that's all the results for speed performance of UPSI website. Next, we are going to test on BIT's website. We just have to paste the link to the URL box, and then test from Asia as well. Then we click start test to start testing the speed performance. And as usual, the load time can take quite some time. Then this is the results of BIT's website performance. It has an A grade for performance grade, and then for page size, it only takes up about 3.8 megabyte. And the load time is very great actually, it is negative 0.00 seconds. It does not take so much time to load the page, and it only has 18 requests. The grade for each part of BIT's website is being graded with A. All of them is 100, doesn't have any problem or issues that needs quick improvement. The priority for the improvement is very low. But still, Pingdom give suggestions on how to improve better and give better page performance. For example, as you can see, avoid anti-SRS or href, put JavaScript at bottom, reduce the number of DOM elements, avoid alpha image loader filter, make favicon small and cacheable, avoid HTTP 404 not found error, avoid URL redirects. And if you click on each of the suggestions, it will give more details on how to improve the page performance for each part. The response codes for this website is also great. As you can see, it is okay since all of the respondents respond to the website in an okay state. Then you will see the content size by content type. In BIT's website, the content type that takes up a lot of size is script instead of image, where script takes up about 3.1 megabyte and image takes up about only 150.7 kilobyte. Then we give you details about content size by domain, request by content type, request by domain. You can also get additional details such as the DNS waiting time, connecting time, send time, wait time, receive time, and block time. For BIT's website, it is complete to the point that Kingdom can search thoroughly to actually check the waiting time for each component, and you can see the details by clicking on the waterfall chart. You can get the response header, and you can see which of the component takes up the most time. From this detail, you can also get some idea on how to improve the website much better than before. So in conclusion, I can say that between Oopsie website and Bit's website has better speed performance rather than Oopsie website. In my opinion, I think you can use these software testing tools, Kingdom, if you want to test a website for short term only. I really recommend using this. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. My name is QISTINA, and today I will demonstrate on how to use a site improve website and test the accessibility of certain website. Okay, so for the first one, I will check Oopsie website. You just put in the URL part and then fill in the email and also select the industry for the website. So for this website, I choose education and then click this button and then just click scan now. Okay, so we will wait for the result from site improve. Okay, after we scan the scan website button, you will get the throughout score for the website. So for Oopsie website, we get 75% for accessibility score, 43% for SEO score, 14% for performance, and also 32% for page optimization. So for accessibility score, we can see the details. So for the details, we have A level, AA level, and also AAA level. So A level is the lowest level for the accessibility score, and also AAA level is the highest level for accessibility of a website. So for this website, we get 94% for A level, 75% for AA level, and also 54% of AAA level. So for the overview of automated checks, for the status, we have pass and also fail. Okay, so for overall score of accessibility, we can look at the status. We have pass and also fail status. Okay, so for pass status, on A level, we get 312 pass. AA level, we got 12 pass, and also for triple A level, we got 16 pass. And for fail, A level, we get 5 fail. AA level, we got 0 fail, and also for triple A level, we got 7 fail. So that we can overall score for the accessibility of Oopsie website. Okay, for the next website, we will use a site improve extension to test the accessibility of BIT's website, which stands for Bantuan IT Sekolah website. Okay, for this website, we just click on the extension tools, and then we choose site improve to check the accessibility of this website, and then it will appear like this. Site improve accessibility checker, you have issues and also explorer. So here we can see this website have 11 issues, and then we can also choose filter which one we want to see. For example, as beginner, and then confirm. So yeah, this is the beginner one, which is A level. Okay, so as you can see from the BITS website, we have total 11 issues, and for the issues, we can see which level that they're tend to be. So for issues with link without a text alternative, it has reached A level and also triple A level. So for button without a text alternative, it just reached A level, which stands for the lowest level for accessibility part. Image without a text alternative also same, we get A level. And then page zoom is restricted, which we just reached A level. And also, and same also with the other issues. So this is how we check the accessibility issue and also read it. So we have two pages, just click the other page and then it will show the issues and also the level that they have reached. Okay, so that's all for the accessibility test of this website, which is the first website is OPSI website and the second is the BITS website. Hope this demonstration will help others to use like improve tools to check the accessibility of certain website. Thank you, and that's all from me.